Hi guys, it's Chess Learning for Life back with another video, and today we're gonna be going through and analyzing a game of against Garry Kasparov and Natalie Karpov, and it was from the Chess Championship rematch of the 1986. So Garry with white starts off with d4, the queen's opening, and Karpov responds with d5, and Garry Kasparov plays a c4, the queen's gambit, which we covered in the d4 repertoire video, and Karpov chooses the decline variation, and this is very normal, just developing the bishop so the knight doesn't get pinned first. Therefore takes so the queen can take, and very normal developing move. Knight f3 is okay, but it's not the most preferred move by the engine. Castles, and then takes on c5, because the idea is this open file is gonna hit two pieces, and this bishop has to move 2 times. 1, 2. And then if you pin the knight again, and then the bishop would have to move back. So taking on c5 is a very good idea. A bishop for a knight trade, but it's fine. Now d4 just open up these 2 files. And then bishop back just kind of gives away some advantage to white because it's too passive. What the engine wants is just taking on, playing g6, because the dark square weakness is fine because you have a dark square bishop. Anyways, game goes on. The rook goes to an open file. Now you may be wondering why f takes e3 instead of queen takes or bishop takes. Now the idea behind f takes e3 is you just open up this f file rook diagonal, and it will come to prove very useful later. Knight hops in, targets the bishop, eyes the bishop and the g7 square. Now the first brilliant move, bishop h6. Can you see the idea behind it? Pause the video. So the idea behind this is, after taking, you have queen g3 check, and there's this mate. So you have to give back the knight and give back the bishop for it. So therefore Karpov, he's a very good player, doesn't fall for this trap, plays knight back to e8. And this just protects this pawn and opens up this diagonal for the bishop to guard. But here's the second brilliant move, and it's still sacking the bishop, but this is different. Can you pause the video and think of the different idea from here? So the hidden idea behind this is, after it takes, it is not queen g4 check, because now this square is protected. It is knight takes h6 check, and after king up, this would be a brilliant move. This just opens up this idea, and this just opens up the whole king. And if king goes to h7, still taking the pawn. and white is forced to take. And this just, although we're not winning in material, this pawn is very under attack. After queen takes, there's no more checks and you can't stop mate without sacking the queen. So Karpov obviously didn't take. Tried forking, but this saves everything. Now this is a little too passive. So the right idea here is to just trade everything, get the exchange advantage, and then go for queen d4, just guarding this king and eyeing the dark square weakness and just going for this endgame because you have rook versus rook knight and a bishop versus knight. This endgame is winning at the highest level, but maybe in the intermediate level it's a different story. So Kasparov wanted to extend the attack, so he kept the queen on g3. But after several moves, he actually allowed black to really defend his king properly. So after takes, rook infiltration, and takes, Karpov wanted the bishop instead of the knight, because if you take the knight, this knight would be hanging with a check and it protects this bishop. So therefore you have to take the bishop. Now this just prevents any f5 or f6 idea to remove his dark square weakness. This is a very good positional move, but the engine gives it an inaccuracy. Now this is kind of chaotic, but now the idea behind king h8 is very foresighting. Is to prevent any this rook takes g2 idea, because if your queen moves away to somewhere else threatening, like taking here does not result in a check. Now Karpov just makes an insanely, I don't know why he did that, but an insane positional blunder, because now look at this diagonal. And after knight d4, even if you sack the rook now, this is game over, because this rook is pinned and discoveries are coming, and Kasparov just wins an amazing game with, as usual, 2 brilliancies. And I hope you learned something from today's game, and subscribe for more chess content, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.